When he took the job, Merrick Garland was acutely aware that he was on the verge of going down in history, as possibly the first Attorney General to indict and charge a former president for insurrection and other high-level offenses. However, after 2 years of little or no substantive progress, there is a growing school of thought that he is either unwilling or unable to assume this mantle. In this video, we provide a montage of sketches and clips ranging from his grand statements to his feeble riposts, which put together have led many to openly question whether he lacks the courage of his professed convictions. It appears to us that, after reflecting on the enormity of his responsibilities, Garland is set on doing a Pontius Pilate and hand Trump over to the mob, even though he could not indict or bring any charges after 2 years of investigation. We invite our viewers to render their verdicts in the comments section below. Thank you for your kind attention, and please subscribe to be updated when new videos are uploaded.
Criminals beware. There's a new sheriff in town, and he means business. First, he hunted down the January 6th insurrectionists and made them pay. Now he's searching for classified documents, and he's coming for whoever has them. Democrat, Republican, or whatever Trump is now. And you don't want to be in his crosshairs. He's Attorney General Merrick Garland.
Good afternoon. Since I became Attorney General, I have made clear that the Department of Justice will speak through its court filings and its work. Just now, the Justice Department has filed a motion in the Southern District of Florida to unseal a search warrant and property receipt relating to a court-approved search that the FBI conducted earlier this week. That search was of premises located in Florida belonging to the former president. Faithful adherence to the rule of law is the bedrock principle of the Justice Department and of our democracy. Upholding the rule of law means applying the law evenly, without fear or favor. Under my watch, that is precisely what the Justice Department is doing. All Americans are entitled to the even-handed application of the law, to due process of the law, and to the presumption of innocence.
In this short video, I want to compare and contrast how our government, our executive branch, our Department of Justice has dealt with 2 cases, each involving the mishandling of classified materials. One by Donald Trump, and the other by a woman named Asia Janae Lavarello, a DOD employee, an executive assistant who worked down in Hawaii for the Department of Defense. And Ms. Lavarello was sent to prison this year in 2022 for mishandling classified documents. I think that raises a number of questions that need to be answered, like, did the government, the federal government, the Department of Justice, negotiate with Ms. Lavarello for a year or more, trying to secure the return of the documents? Did they go to her and say, please, Ms. Lavarello, will you just return these documents that you mishandled? Did she put the lives of human intelligence sources at risk, as did Donald Trump? Did Ms. Lavarello have any top secret documents, as did Donald Trump? Apparently not. How about a higher level of security classification, SCI documents, as Donald Trump had? Apparently not. How about the highest level of security, special access program documents that Donald Trump had? Apparently not. But Ms. Lavarello went to prison this year, and Donald Trump has a tea time tomorrow. Equal justice?
No person is above the law in this country. Nothing stops us.
Even a former
I don't know how to, maybe I'll say that again. No person is above the law in this country. I can't say it any more clearly than that.
All due respect to Merrick Garland, that is not true. Donald Trump, today, where we sit right now, is above the law. Donald Trump has been charged with nothing. One legal watchdog has said that there are at least 48 potential crimes committed by Donald Trump over the course of his presidency or while he was campaigning. He has not been charged for any allegations of sexual assault, using the government to punish his opponents, anything in connection with January 6th, meddling in elections. I'm not a legal analyst nor a scholar of the law. I'm a normal person. And I think if you're a normal person with some reason, you think, well, Donald Trump has been above the law. It's been 18 months.
Based on recent developments, including the former president's announcement that he is a candidate for president in the next election, and the sitting president's stated intention to be a candidate as well, I have concluded that it is in the public interest to appoint a special counsel.
Attorney General Merrick Garland appoints a special counsel to lead the Trump investigations. Does this move us closer to an indictment, or is it just window dressing for when they let him off the hook?
So, Joy, I actually drafted the special counsel regulations that are being used now, not the pre-Clinton ones. So I'm a fan of them in general, but I'm not a fan of them here. The decision to use the special counsel here, to me, the regulations doesn't make sense. I think it's inappropriate, and I think it risks delaying the investigation, because the regulations as we drafted them were really about the fear of a cover-up, that an attorney general couldn't investigate a president for wrongdoing who had nominated him. And so that was like the paradigmatic case. It was not something like this in which we've already had the investigation, particularly into Mar-a-Lago. The facts are out there. We all know that given those facts, if it were you, Joy, or Jill, or me doing any of those things and stealing all those documents, we'd be in jail. We wouldn't have a special master. We certainly wouldn't have a special counsel. We'd be in jail now. But Donald Trump gets something different. Why? Because Merrick Garland says, well, he's announced he's running for office and Biden has announced an intent to run as well. That, to me, is tantamount to rewarding Donald Trump for his maneuvers to try and avoid accountability. I think that, Jack Smith is up to it, and I'm sure that he's going to indict because the evidence on Mar-a-Lago is so strong. It's an open and shut case. But precisely because it's an open and shut case, I don't think that a special counsel was needed. And Merrick Garland says, well, there's a conflict of interest because of Biden running in 2024. If that's true, that means there's a special counsel needed for all kinds of stuff, including the Hunter Biden investigation. That just, to me, doesn't make sense. And it doesn't remove the criticism of Garland, which is, that he's acting politically. Because under the regulations, at the end of the day, if Jack Smith says, I want to indict Donald Trump, who's got to sign off on it? A guy named Merrick Garland. So he's going to get all the same accusations because we know Trump and his base will always attack anyone who goes against Donald Trump's wishes. It doesn't matter if it's Merrick Garland. It doesn't matter if it's Jack Smith. It doesn't matter if it's Trump's own vice president, as we sadly learned.
I have an idea. Merrick Garland should appoint a special prosecutor to become the Attorney General of the United States. Because apparently Merrick Garland can't do the job. And that is not me saying it. That is Merrick Garland saying it. Because if his office is too biased or corrupt, or if his office is perceived as too biased or corrupt to handle a simple investigation as to whether former public officials mishandled classified documents and why, if he can't even do that, then what use is he to anybody?
Now, are you being sarcastic or literal?
No, I am being literal. He is literally useless because the only thing that we expect of our Attorney General is to hold people accountable. We've got 2 years left in this administration, and according to Merrick Garland, he can't prosecute anybody who's in the public eye. Tell me, Ari, name for me, please, the public official over the next 2 years that Merrick Garland can investigate that won't say and have a credible claim to say that they should get a special prosecutor too. If we find the real George Santos, like locked in Congressman George Santos's basement, George Santos is going to say, I need a special prosecutor.
Right. All right.